In a tiny lizard lodge in the little village of Hopetown lives a young lizard named Up. He lives up to his name every day because he always wakes up before everyone else in the house, even before the sunrise. It is regatta time in Abaco, and Up is on the dock watching the sailboats enter Hopetown Harbor for the night. He notices that the lighthouse keeper, Mr. Elvis Jeffrey, does not look happy. Wondering why he looks sad, Up asks, "What is the matter?" The lighthouse keeper replies, "I am supposed to be in the race tomorrow. That means I have to leave and spend the night on Man o' War Cay because there is no one else to light the Elbow Reef Lighthouse. I cannot go." Up thinks to himself, "Surely it is not too difficult, even for a little lizard like me. I will volunteer to do it." "I know I can do this," he insists to the lighthouse keeper. "I have watched you many times, and I have friends that I can call if I need help." "Are you sure I can count on you?" questions the lighthouse keeper. Up replies with utmost confidence, "Don't worry, I've got this." The lighthouse keeper gives him the keys. "I'm trusting you, Up." The keeper smiles and jumps into a boat to go sailing. As he drifts behind a big yacht, he yells, "If you need more help, just—" Up cannot hear the rest. He shrugs, then jogs home, not caring much about what the keeper had to say. When Up arrives at the Lizard Lodge, he finds his mother cooking his favorite dinner, ant casserole. Up explains the keeper's situation to her and asks for permission to stand in as a keeper for the night. She thinks about it for a minute and then says, "Up, do you know that the lighthouse is 89 feet high and there are 101 steps to the lantern room?" "So can I go?" Up begs. "Oh, please, oh, please." "Well, okay," she agrees. "I'm trusting you, Up, but be careful and pay attention to what you are doing. If you were to fall from the top—" She stops, then continues, "I am just a little worried. Don't break anything, don't run up the stairs, and don't hang over the railing." "Wait, do you know how to—" But Up was not listening. He's already out the door. Up is super excited. He runs to ask his friend Abby, the Abaco parrot, if she wants to have the coolest sleepover at the Elbow Reef Lighthouse. "It will not be too dark, right?" "I hate the dark," Abby squawks. "Don't worry," Up assures her. "The lights will be on and we will have flashlights." Then Up and Abby call their friend Joe. Joe works on the Froggy's boat, so he knows a lot about diving. Joe is an enormous orange frog who loves the color green. "I'll meet you there, and you should probably bring food, drinks, and our favorite games, Gecko Stick and Lizard Lolly," proposed Abby. It is no surprise that they both say yes to Up's lighthouse adventure. And so, the journey begins. Joe and Up stop by the sea grape tree where they collect a giant leaf and a few small branches. They use the branches as oars to help steer their sea grape leaf boat across the harbor to the lighthouse dock. While paddling, Up looks around the harbor and watches the turtles pop their heads in and out of the water. Just then, a gigantic boat enters the harbor at a high speed and creates a very big wake. The waves knock their paddle boat over. Up and Joe watch as it floats away. They are both good swimmers, but the dock looks pretty far away. Just as they are about to panic, they see a pod of dolphins. The friendly dolphins swim over to them. and Up recognizes that one of them is his good friend Donald. They climb onto the dolphins' backs and are carried over to the lighthouse dock. I guess they didn't see the sign that says, "Slow down, you're in Hopetown," Donald chuckles. Up and Joe laugh and agree. It's good to have friends. They thank them and walk up to the lighthouse. Then the keeper's dog, Ralph, the potcake, starts chasing them. The door to the keeper's quarters is locked. It will take too long to open it, so they run into the light tower and close the door. They wait and wait for the dog to go, but he won't leave. It's time to light the lighthouse, Up announces, but just as he's about to light it, he stops. What happened? Wonders Abby, who has just arrived through the open window. I've forgotten how to do it. Oh no, not good, muttered the friends. What do we do? I heard the keeper saying something, but I didn't hear the end, replies Up. Why don't we just ask the dog, says Abby. What? Are you nuts? He will eat me up, exclaims Up. Finally, they decide to ask the dog to help them. Joe has some unopened crackers in his pocket, and in exchange for the crackers, the dog agrees not to eat Up or his friends. No one wants to see the light not lit, not even the dog. As the sun is setting, they watch through the windows to see the sky turn purple, pink, and orange. I remember that the first step is to check the pressure in the kerosene tanks. There is the hand pump right there, directs Joe. They try and try, but they are not strong enough to pump it. Luckily, their new friend Ralph helps out. After checking that the pressure is good, the friends suddenly notice it is becoming very dark outside. Ralph gets the matches, and they head up to the lantern room together. I can fly you to the top, announces Abby. I am glad my mom just taught me how to light a match, boasts Up as he climbs the ladder into the Fresnel lens. But before Up is able to strike the match, a commotion of flapping black wings stops him. It looks like a bat. Who are you? Abby gasps. I'm Barry the Bat. I live up here. I was just hanging in the petroleum burner, and I thought you were going to barbecue me, screeches Barry. Barry asks, Aren't you going to take the curtains down? You're supposed to do that first. The curtains protect the lantern room from the powerful daytime sun, but at night, the lantern's light can't go through them, he explains. While Barry and Abby remove the curtains that cover the lens, Up preheats the burner and places the match by the mantle, igniting it to make a burning flame. Golden beams shine over the horizon. It's working! They all shout at once. What an amazing sight! What an honor to be here. But now that it's lit, how are they ever going to stay awake all night? Suddenly, they get an idea. Leaving Ralph on duty, they venture into town. This time, they fly across the harbor on Abby's back. After they treat themselves to a coffee at the coffee house, they turn to admire the lighthouse's unique flash pattern, a series of 5 white flashes every 15 seconds. But something is wrong. It's not flashing. In fact, the lens isn't even turning. Yikes, squawks Abby. Oh no, croaks Joe. Oops, utters Up. They wonder what the problem is. It is only then Up remembers he is supposed to wind the mechanism first. After that, the lens clock has to be wound every 2 hours. On the way back across, they fly over their friend Serena, the beautiful mermaid. Hi guys, what are you doing? She asks. Tonight I am the lighthouse keeper. Up brags with pride. Wow, that sounds exciting. Can I help? She squeals. Up isn't sure that he needs any more help, but he does not want to disappoint his friend. He thinks for a second and suggests, "Sure, if you see the light not flashing again, climb on up and I will see what we can find for you to do." Up, Abby, and Joe wind the lens mechanism to get it turning. 1, 2, 3, 101, 102, 103, 200, 300, 400, 426. After 426 full cranks, now it's working. Then they go to the lantern room and set their alarm for the next winding. After an hour or so, they fall asleep. They even sleep through their alarm. But it's great to have friends. Barry, who is nocturnal, is hanging in a nearby tree, wide awake and bored. He flies up to the lantern room and finds Up, Abby, Joe, and Ralph fast asleep. "Wake up!" screams Barry. "Aren't you supposed to wind the lens mechanism again?" "You're right, I have to wind the machinery every 2 hours. What am I going to do?" "We should stay awake by playing games," recommends Abby. After a few games, Barry returns to his tree, never expecting that they would soon fall asleep again. This time, it is Serena who notices that the light is not flashing. She swims up to the dock at the lighthouse and sings a song to alert her friends. When they do not wake, she wraps her arms around the lighthouse and climbs it like a coconut tree. She pops her head through the little door at the top and finds the friends in dreamland and is unable to wake them. She yells down to Donald the dolphin. "Looks like they are in a deep sleep. What do we do?" "I have an idea," Donald says. "Here is some water. Wake them up." Then he sprays a fountain of water as high as the lighthouse out of his blowhole. Serena reaches out her tail and splashes the water against the glass to wake them. Up wakes up so surprised. "I can't believe I fell asleep again." "We will not let you fail," assures the mermaid. "It's good to have friends. I will send over my pal Sideways, the land crab, to watch over you. If he sees you falling asleep, he can pinch you to wake you up." Pretty soon, Sideways sees their eyes closing and gives them a pinch and shouts, "Round up the troops! Pick up the pace!" This is the encouragement that Up and his friends need to stay awake. Forward, upward, onward, together. "Okay, let's keep this thing cranking," exclaims Up. "We have to make sure that the light shines and flashes all night." As they admire the signature pattern of the flashes, they notice a ship in the distance. "Just in time," yells Up. "We've done it. The sailors can see us, and now they know where the reef is." They all happily shout, "We saved a ship by keeping the light on." "That was a close call," Up admits, and he finally realizes how important it is to pay attention. The next morning, the lighthouse keeper returns. He can see that Up has understood just how big a responsibility the lighthouse keeper's job is. The keeper hugs Up and jokes with him. "I can tell you have learned that many hands make light work. Thank you, Up." Then he tells them all about the regatta and how he won the first place trophy. Up beams with pride, knowing he and his friends have also won their own race. By working together as a team, they have learned to keep ships safe and the light on and shining brightly. The end. Thanks for joining us for story time. We hope you enjoyed the activity. For more programs and information about the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse and Museum, follow our website, www.jupiterlighthouse.org.